trade deadline is coming up. Y'all got some choices to make. I mean,
help.
LeBron has and Vogel and Pelinka, they've tried to manufacture a championship, and it has not turned out. This is probably like the only blemish with LeBron doing this. This is not working out as everybody expected. Prior to the season, you guys were paper champs.
Oh, for sure. That's what I said. But you know what? But prior to the season, T.O., I said, wait, give the Lakers till after the All-Star break.
Oh.
And that's even before the injuries. Now, obviously, AD getting injured really throws a wrench in everything that makes it difficult.
He's back,
but listen, the Lakers going to make the playoffs. My only problem with them is because the way that they're playing now and with AD, and if they can be healthy, I'm not afraid of them being in that 8th or 7th spot. I don't want them to be there. If they can get into that 6th, they can beat all them bums up there in that 5-4-3. It's going to be hard to beat Golden State. It's going to be hard to beat Phoenix if you're in that 8th spot, especially when you're going on the road. But they have to be healthy to beat those teams.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Y'all ain't got no shooters.
Since you're talking about health, if that's such a viable thing for your team, why are you going to get all older players? It makes no sense.
First of all,
let me say this first, T.O. First of all, Westbrook, as age, might be an older player, but he still has the body of a player 3 or 4 years younger because he still plays hard.
Right.
Carmelo Anthony hadn't played a lot up in Portland. So, again, the minutes that he's going to play wasn't going to be too grueling on him. You get those players for the knowledge of the game. They understand. Now, the only problem with Westbrook, and I think he's the key to this, is that he hasn't conformed to team play yet. He's still thinking that he is the key part of it, and he's not.
Do you remember the Lakers playing Westbrook last year? The Lakers would sit back and let him shoot the ball.
let me tell you,
Right?
boy,
They treated Westbrook like he was not an all-star.
Actually, I didn't know that. And that was the thing that surprised me. There's 2 things about him. One, I didn't know he couldn't shoot consistently.
What?
No, I did not, T.O., because every game I saw him was a TNT game or that game was that, and the guy played extremely well. The second thing is I didn't know he threw the ball. He turned the ball over a lot. I mean, he is truly an apple turnover.
You got greased over and blossomed with all the triple doubles that he was getting every night.
Yeah, you're right.
You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
But let me say this. Let me say this. I'm a Laker fan to a degree.
What degree? Before you go on, what
0,
degree?
freezing, 32.
That don't make you a true Laker, but that makes you a Kobe Bryant fan.
This is true.
Hey,
Okay.
That's
the Lakers.
This is 24 reasons. This is 24 reasons to be a Laker fan. And you, of all people, should know. Don't you curse all these Los Angeles fans out. I'm a Laker fan to a degree. So, but I will say this: something's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be something's going to shake up this core roster that they currently have before or after the All-Star break. And what we talked about and what you said you didn't know about Russell Westbrook is that he couldn't shoot. That is shooting, like I was about to allude to it, shooting is going to be the Lakers' Achilles heel.
Absolutely.
Because you know when the regular
Today's
season.
NBA?
No, first of all, regular season basketball and playoff basketball is a whole different animal. It's a half-court game, and you're going to rely on a lot of shooting. And if that's coming from Russell, if they're banking on Russell Westbrook, no disrespect to him, but he knows, he has to understand that's a big deficiency in his game. And I saw the clips that he was doing before when he announced that he was going to be a Laker. He got his buddies with the bouncing off, he dunking. First of all, we know he can do all of that. He should never, in the offseason, he should dunk a basketball. He shouldn't. Bro, I'm saying in it's the most respectful way possible. I love Westbrook. I love his game. But in order to evolve himself as a player, especially as he gets older, because he's not going to be able to jump and outrun people, he's going to have to improve his jump shot. That's just real talk. Me,
you got to work on them weaknesses, man.
Right, that's real talk, and I think that's what's going to hurt him in the long run, and that's why I think everybody feels like he's on the bubble, and he may be, like I said, he may be one of those guys that you have to give away. Yeah, and this is real talk, man.
Well, again, I think it's going to be hard to trade him. I think his contract is big.
Because
He's
of
at
the value
tail
of it.
end, exactly,
Right.
and he doesn't.
And the exchange value
I think
of it.
with his attitude, because
Right.
you can kind
I'm
of
not gonna
tell
be no 6 man
these teams, Memphis and them teams, they're young and they don't want anybody to come in and distract from that. But you got to remember, Westbrook was brought here to be the third or fourth option in the offense. First is LeBron or AD or however you want to do it, but LeBron and AD. And I think if there was supposed to be one, it was going to be Carmelo coming off the bench, and now Russ. I think what Russ still gives them is that attack mode. I think he gets in there, but what has also hurt Russ is that he's not doing it on the offensive end, and now his defense is suffering.
Yeah.
And that is
and
killing
going
the
into-
team.
And the Lakers,
Yeah.
LeBron teams always need to be a good defense.
Yeah, you have to be.
Right, and as we just mentioned, the pieces that they got rid of, KCP shooting, Kyle Kuzma,
Yep.
defensive shooting,
Caruso.
Alex
Yeah,
Caruso,
yeah.
lost him. That's a lot of underrated talent that is going to be exposed when it comes playoff time.
I think Monk has picked up a little slack. I like him.
A little bit. They need
That's why they're playing Stanley Johnson.
And that
They're-
kid there, man, I
Yes.
like him because he
Yes.
gives you that energy.
Yeah.
And Reeves, that kid Reeves coming off the bench, I think he needs to get a little bit more in the offense.
Horton
so.
Tucker, great.
But
THT,
Horton, right?
you never haven't really seen it. This is the one I think that's the golden chip of everything. That kid Nunn that we got
Kendrick
from Miami,
Nunn hasn't
Kendrick Nunn,
played
hasn't
yet.
played. So I'm really kind of waiting to see because he can shoot.
No,
They're
yes.
good point
So
guard
all
that can
that
hit.
stuff you talking about is not championship ball, though. That's figuring it out. That's maybe. That's the what if. You only got 4 games to win or lose in the playoff race.
And speaking of that, time is not on your side. You're now banking on all of those pieces and things that you mentioned to gel
Yes,
the
within that
second
time.
half of the season going into the playoffs.
I don't care what both of y'all say. Lakers gonna win a championship and they're gonna get it done. They're gonna
You heard it
figure out
there,
how to
ladies and
get it
gentlemen.
done.
Michael Cooper
They gonna
on Get Your
figure out how
Popcorn
to
Ready.
get it
Don't
done.
know what
Y'all
he
two
talking
need to
about.
Stop drinking all this hair age y'all drinking. Is there something in this? Is there drugs in y'all's water?
No.